Welcome back to Dominating Your Investments. I'm Dom Rinaldi. As some of you may know, I'm 37 years old and a husband and dad of two kids who want to help people learn how to invest, identify great companies to invest in the stock market, and help grow generational wealth. Well, today, in the next 5 minutes, we're going to go through and review Zoom video communications, and we're going to see if it covers the 5 Ps of dominating your investments. In these next 5 minutes, let's see if Zoom video communications meets the 5P platform for dominating your investments. The first P is people. We're going to look at their leadership team, their company culture, and their inside ownership. So as you can see here, we're looking at Glassdoor and we're looking to see what the company's been rated and also the CEO, Eric Yuan. So we can see here that over 797 reviews have been done, and this has been named the best place to work in this past year, number 22. The year before, in 2020, was not on there, but for 2019, it was number 2, and 2018, number 5. Top CEOs, in 2021, Eric was 63rd, and in 2018, he was the number 1 CEO. And this past year, Zoom was named in the Time 100 most influential companies. So that first piece of leadership and company culture, and Eric being a founder leader, definitely checks that part of the box. Now let's see about the inside ownership. I try to look for at least 10% individual inside ownership. And we can see here through one of my other favorite apps to use for finance and investing, Simply Wall Street, we can see that the individual insider ownership is still 22.4%, well above 10%. And Eric Yuan himself still owns almost 7.8% of shares in Zoom. So we're going to give that definitely the check for the first P when we talk about people. So they have the right people, and we see the evidence there. Now, the next one is problem solving. That impacts a large target addressable market or total addressable market. So we know that we're going through still the COVID-19 pandemic, and this was the tool that was able to allow people to communicate worldwide, and adding millions and millions of people on a platform that they did not design for that fast of mass adoption, but they were able to handle it. And so from a problem solving standpoint, I believe still to this day, communications in general will be a problem that we continue to work on and continue to try to improve and make better globally. So we're going to give that the check as well. Now, platform. I look for companies that have a platform or ecosystem that allows for a product that is superior to not only breed and grow optionality, but to create a strong brand for its product capabilities and well known for growing for its customer base. So let's see if Zoom meets that as well. And also going back to the problem solving of the large TAM, by Global Market Insights, you can see here that the over total net market worth $75 billion by 2027. Now moving on to the platform, you can see here for Zoom, it's not just about Zoom meetings, but they also have their product of Zoom Phone, Zoom for Home, the Zoom app marketplace, Zoom Rooms, and Zoom Events. Many things that they're building on this ecosystem and platform to get users more engaged in using this for their business. And then from a branding perspective and what people are saying about the company, you can see here, it's number 1 in customer reviews. And you can see 649,000 reviews for Gartner Peer Insights. Trust Radius had 1,800. These are near perfect 5-star reviews with a large amount of people saying that they like this product. So I believe it has strong brand, it breeds optionality, and it's superior. And going into the profitability or path to profitability in the next 3 to 5 years, I want to showcase something that they're expanding on. With Zoom, they're now doing a $100 million investment in what's called the Zoom Apps Fund. It invests in Zoom developer partners to help the customers meet a happier and collaborative experience. So they are now having developers and partners build on top of their ecosystem and platform to create their own products. It's very similar to other companies that have started to do this, whether it's Amazon, Google, Palantir. This is a great way to have sustainability and profitability and continue to have a strong brand awareness with your customer base. In fact, they actually just recently went in with Salesforce for a company that's going to go public very soon, Genesis Cloud Services, which is a call center software company that's currently raised over $580 million at a valuation of $21 billion. And Salesforce, ServiceNow, and Zoom were directly part of the investment. So I would definitely say we have for sure checked the box for the platform, product, and the superior that breeds optionality and strong brand. And then for the profitability part, let's also look at what results they already have. So you can see here with the third quarter earnings, they did over $1 billion in revenue. They were up 35% year over year. They were growing on astronomical comps from the previous year. And the number of customers contributing more than $100,000 in the 12 months trailing was up 94% year over year. And their third quarter GAAP operating margin of almost 28% margin and non-GAAP operating margin of 39% also talks about how sustainable and efficient they are with their finances. So it's definitely not only profitable, but they also have a predictive revenue margin, predictive revenue business model for their margins and sustainable growth for the future with this subscription model. So for the last two checks, it definitely covers those last P's in our checklist here. So overall, this is definitely a winner. It actually is one of my top 10 holdings. And you guys saw this in the checklist that I have, that I posted on Twitter for my scorecard. And I'll just pull it up really quick here. 2% of my current portfolio. They have a market cap of $58 billion. They've went down significantly from their all-time highs, over 50%, in fact. They have $5.4 billion in cash, $3.91 billion in the last 12 months, and a net income and profitability of over $1.14 billion, with the growth that we talked about for Q3, earnings growth of 68% year over year, and gross margins of 73%. And I always like to really focus in on operating margins and profit margins when companies get profitable, because I want to see their efficiency and how they're managing their overall operations of the business. Institutional ownership, we saw on one slide on Simply Wall Street at 51, but FinViz had 61. So somewhere in between there, we still have a lot of institutional ownership, and a price to sales of 15 with profitability, price to earnings at 49, and a forward PE of 41. So all in all, this checks all my boxes, and I believe is going to be a great winning stock for the long term. Okay, so that was a little over 5 minutes for my first go around. But you can see that Zoom Video Communications, which I actually have the X taken out on that slide because I believe Zoom will just be Zoom. Maybe Zoom Communications could be the new name, but either way, you can already see on their website, it's just listed as Zoom. It's a verb. People know when you say, do you want to have a Zoom meeting? And so I believe that they're going to continue to innovate and drive new ways to communicate and have new tools and new investments. And it's going to be a growing business with great leadership and a great company to own. So with that being said, remember, it's never too late to start dominating your investments. And if this was entertaining or helpful, please make sure to hit like the video and subscribe so I can do more videos like this on other stocks that you may like.